Hey, what's up you guys, Stoutmeister here, and today we have the TheMrRandomXbox with us. I said we have the TheMrRandomXbox with us. Xbox! Wake the fuck up!
Hello?
Yo!
What's wrong?
April and Wayne are at it again.
Okay. Let me get my coffee here. Thank you for giving me a heart attack, Stout.
You're welcome, that's why I'm here.
Alright, so what happened?
You know that part 1 video that we did a commentary on?
Yeah, I remember that.
April and Wayne came out with part 2 for exposing metal band Satanic Illuminati.
Part 2.
Part 2.
As if part 1 wasn't bad enough.
Oh, and this person's coming out with a part 3 also.
Wonderful. So I'm guessing you want to make fun of them once again.
Yes.
Alright. I'm up for it.
Alright. And playing the clip now. What is the secret?
Satan!
Ah, but there might be something deeper than Satan. Let's find out what the secret is. The secret is...
What could it be?
Oh, you have to stay tuned for more.
The anticipation.
Secret Society!
What?
Secret Society is the secret that apparently this band was talking about.
I couldn't even understand what they were saying. Just gonna be honest here.
I got a secret and no one needs to know. That's basically what they were saying.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely the only possible explanation is that that they're talking about a secret society. It's not like that person has any personal demons that nobody knows about, or that they know something that nobody else knows, or anything, or they have privacy. No chance of any of that.
No chance of any of that. Every time you're talking about something that's secret, it has to be related to the Illuminati.
I have a secret in this coffee cup. Do you know what kind of coffee it is, Stout?
Is it black coffee?
No, it's vanilla. And it's delicious.
I think the Illuminati drinks those whenever they go to their meetings.
Then they have good taste.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone knows that, the Illuminati are just like the greatest thing to ever happen to humanity. Something that, a secret society that I'm pretty sure doesn't even exist. Definitely controls everything.
I don't think a secret society like this exists, but to say that no secret society exists, it's kind of ignorant to say, because secret societies have been around for a very long time, ever since the beginning of time, but at this level, I'm wondering why nobody has killed April and Wayne yet.
If the Illuminati really does control the flow of almost every speck of information, how did April and Wayne show? I'll just call them April and Wayne. How did they even get a YouTube channel to get this information? And also, secret society. Once again, not all secret societies are bad. You got Pythagoras. Him and his followers were a sort of secret society, which is where they get the pentagram from. That's how they identified each other. The pentagram is not satanic.
Oh, and the Wiccans also use the pentagram.
The original intention is what matters to me. Kind of like why I don't celebrate Christmas, because of how much it is based off of pagan holidays. But for a different story, different day. What secret society? It's not like it's in the title.
Illuminati! Oh, and we have the dollar bill, of course, with the all-seeing eye. The Illuminati is a secret society organization of very rich and very powerful people with inherited wealth, old money from royal bloodlines.
Evidence?
We'll just have to see what is in the rest of this video for more evidence, dude. Oh, and did you notice that this person uses the same soundtrack for pretty much all their videos?
Considering I've not watched all of their videos because I have better things to do than lower my IQ, I'm willing to take your word for it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, I had to do more research on April and Wayne, and just gotta love stupid people. There are Luciferians, and their occult religion is a mixture of ancient Babylonian, ancient Egyptian religion, and other false religions.
Run-on sentence. Yes, I am going to be that guy. I am going to correct every grammatical error I find.
Ancient Egyptian, Religion. Rojan. What the fuck? How can you spell religion right 2 other times but get it wrong? What?
Religion. Okay. They are Luciferians. No, they're not. If the Illuminati existed, if anything, they would be atheists. Just saying. Because if they're all about the control of information, if they're all about science, more than likely, and if they really want to control everybody, I'm sorry, that seems a bit rude to assume that they would all be atheists, but I'm pretty sure that the Illuminati were atheists anyway, or at least supposedly were.
The Levian Satanists are pretty much atheists, but they use Satan as a symbol for freedom, whereas God is a symbol for oppression. And that's where the whole Church of Satan thing came from in America.
But, also, you're missing a comma after Luciferians. And also, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to have more than one and in a sentence. Pretty sure that that's considered grammatically incorrect.
Their main objective is control of the world.
Along with pretty much every government, religion, philosophy, belief, science, everything.
I mean, you go to church every Sunday and Wednesday, and you go to youth. What do you hear about? You hear about these people wanting to change the world, wanting to put God back in the government, which is not what the forefathers intended for this country in the first place.
Some of them might have been Christian. What bugs me when people say that, oh, the U.S. is a Christian nation, first of all, a lot of the forefathers were deists. Also, I saw one channel, PB Simmons, say that they commended the nation into God's hands. That doesn't necessarily mean that the U.S. was a Christian nation. That just means they were doing what they thought was right. If I was a Christian, I might say, God help us. But I'm not going to say, everyone in this country must be a Jesus worshiper or perish.
It would be the medieval times all over again.
What was it? The Spanish Inquisition?
I believe so. But to these people that are wanting to make the United States a Christian nation, if you want a true theocracy, go to the Middle East, please.
They got plenty of theocracies over there, and you see how well that worked.
Oh yeah, and basically the more theocratic a nation is, the more poor the country is, the more radical, the more chaotic. Yeah.
And it's not just Christianity and Islam, it will be any religion, pretty much. Theocracies have been proven time and time again, they don't work. Religion will become too corrupt if it runs a government.
History has proven that many times. But history tends to repeat itself.
I think we're learning that right now.
Oh, dude, we're just in another cycle learning this. It's never gonna stop. They believe the most effective means of controlling the world is through mind control of the masses. Just like Christianity uses contemporary Christian music to reach the masses.
Let's see. What else do people use to reach the masses? The internet, music, let's see. Anything, books, writing. Of course, the most effective way of controlling the world is controlling the world. What? The most effective way of breathing is breathing.
They control and use mind control through the media, music, entertainment, government, politics, education, science, etc.
So pretty much everything that isn't religion.
Yep. Oh, religion's not in this because religion isn't there to control people. Religion's there to save people. When history has proven time and time again that churches and radical religious folk have done way more to corrupt society than to help society.
And once again, should make this clear, we're talking about radicals and extremists. Because some people will get very offended if you try to criticize them or their beliefs.
Satan also uses the Illuminati for mind control of the world.
Satan uses the Illuminati. Satan uses something that doesn't exist. And mind control. While people can be vulnerable to mental suggestion, mind control has pretty much been proven to be impossible, hasn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
Once again, yeah, but you can have a mob mentality like Peter Popoff, or was he the guy that did like all those faith healings, and like when he said, "Be gone, Satan," it made like
Alright, there's Peter Popoff, there's Benny Hinn.
like 80 people got knocked back or something like that.
Oh, Todd Bentley, I believe, is one too. The guy with all the tattoos also. And he's the same guy that would claim to heal people, and he had an affair with the family babysitter, and instead of making things right with his family and either stayed with his wife and leaving the babysitter, or being single, not being with either one, he went off with the babysitter. And he's still doing the same exact shit.
You see, I don't like faith healers, TV evangelists. They're selling snake oil.
Dude, TV televangelists are just nothing but showmen.
Oh yeah, and speaking of snake oil, remember when Peter Popoff did the he tried to sell the water that was supposedly God was gonna like send you like $5,000 into your bank account?
Oh, that's a load of bullshit. If any money was given to these people, they were paid to say that.
How is that even legal?
It falls under religion, unfortunately.
It's false advertising.
It is false advertising, I agree, but because they're under religion, government can't really get involved, unfortunately.
One of the things I guess they're afraid of why they won't get involved is because a lot of people are probably afraid that it'll start a precedent where the government will start regulating whether or not you're allowed to sell Bibles or anything, because it might be construed as false advertising by some people who are overly sensitive to the fact that their beliefs may or may not be wrong. I'm a Christian, and I accept the possibility that my beliefs could be wrong, but I have faith that they're right. Is that such a bad thing? Is that such a bad thing?
And I'm an agnostic theist, considering I've looked into religion, and I'm learning not to, take in everything and let it bite me in the ass in the end. I'm still looking at other possibilities, still educating myself on that as best I can. And instead of what April and Wayne are doing by listening to everything that the pastor says on the pedestal.
I'm sorry, but for one thing, one of my problems with so many Christians is the fact that they take everything their pastor says just, right as it is. But even the Bible says, go and look it up and find out for yourself.
Dude, if anything, I'm pretty sure the Bible was originally meant to help people, but it's been corrupted over time, rewritten time and time again, hundreds of times, voted on.
The only one that has been shown to not have any major edits and has actually been shown to not have too many errors from the original, because obviously, you know, going from 3 different languages to 1 language and trying to keep all that, you know, working the same, it's kind of difficult. It would be the King James Version. I'm talking about the one that was written in, like, probably, what, a couple hundred years ago? The one that was translated.
1611.
Yeah, it's the only one that's been shown to be, it's one of the only ones, if not the only one that's been shown to be extremely close to the original.
And even then, like, the fact that man has touched the Bible hundreds of times, like, that still fathoms me, but my religious views aside, continuing.
Sorry about that religious rant.
In whom the God of this world, Satan, has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. 2 Corinthians 4:4.
I went and read that. It's actually surprisingly not taken out of context. I'm truly amazed. I really am.
Their final goal is to have a new world order with one false religion, one currency, and a microchipped population using the mark of the beast, 666 mark, Lucifer, Satan's mark. And 616 used to be the number of the beast. What changed? What made the modern day Christians change it to 666?
There was this thing that I think it was the ancient Israelis did, and it was certain letters were assigned certain values, and somebody's name, which everyone was convinced was evil, ended up equaling 666, but there were some issues with, like, properly translating the name, and so it was sort of a conflict between 616 and 666. It was one of the Caesars, I think.
And even then, I refuse to get a microchip implanted in me.
I don't care if you're religious or not. The last thing that the government needs to do is get more involved in your life. They're already allowed to track your cell phone and your internet without your permission.
Patriot Act. Thank you, George Bush. And thank you, Obama, for expanding the Patriot Act.
Oh yeah, with the NDAA and the and trying to pass, you know, SOPA, PIPA, CISPA, all those wonderful, wonderful acts. Luckily, I don't think any of those got passed, but of course the NDAA did, which gives the government the right to indefinitely detain a United States citizen with no charges and no evidence and no probable cause.
And I did a video on this a while back, and Obama signed the fucking thing on New Year's Eve when everyone was getting distracted. What a perfect time to sign a bill like that. And like 50,000 other laws were put into this bill also, I believe.
Oh yeah, and somehow also the U.S., was it the Supreme Court or the Senate that approved Obamacare?
If I'm not mistaken, microchips might be used in the future for Obamacare to check on your health records. That's what I heard, though. Like, it might be used for that in the future if it goes out even more.
No. Government ain't getting anywhere near me with one of those things. But Obamacare, you know what it does? It requires you to purchase a product. It requires you to purchase a product that you may or may not want. Oh, what's the definition of that stout? Socialism?
Pretty much.
Yeah. U.S. has a bright future.
Oh, yeah. Save up enough money and get the fuck out. mini artist. Mini artist?
I don't know what to say.
Mini artist. Mini artist. Many artists around the world agree to be Illuminati puppets and are affiliated with the Satanic Illuminati for fame and fortune. Don't you mean sell out?
Mm-hmm. Yep, being a sellout. Granted, you're pathetic when you compromise what you started off to do for money, but I'd never call you a Satanist. I'd never call you a member of the Illuminati. I'd never call you any of that. And yes, that was sort of a reference to what the Amazing Atheist said about when he was talking about that crazy feminist. And no, I do not support the Amazing Atheist anymore. I used to like him, but kind of the same reason I stopped liking Mr. Repzion. The drama just got way too pathetic for both of them.
Are you talking about the e-begging for Amazing Atheist?
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude, like, he has some good rants, but I don't like the whole e-begging thing. Like, if you're asking for donations, like, actually go through with the donations. Like, where is the non-productive website?
Oh yeah, he stopped the donations for that months ago, and that site's still ain't up yet, is it?
Oh yeah, it's not up at all, and he's asking for donations for wedding gifts. His wedding.
You know, honestly, I remember the Archfiend criticized James Rolfe, the AVGN, for having a donation. Okay, I will give James Rolfe this. Those episodes can be expensive. Also, he had to travel all over the country, pay for tickets, food, and the temporary housing, along with paying the people in the movie. Yeah, that can get really freaking expensive. The fact that an indie movie only costed him what it did is amazing.
I mean, James Rolfe, that's one thing, I think, but Amazing Atheist, it doesn't take a production team to do what he does. You just need a video camera and just topics to talk about. They show allegiance to the Satanic Illuminati by wearing their clothes, doing their signs, and even wearing Illuminati tattoos. Oh yeah, as far as the sign thing goes, if you guys are familiar with Jay-Z, he tends to do the whole diamond thing above the eye quite a bit, and apparently you're part of the Illuminati if you do that. Or if you cover one eye, covering one fucking eye, all of a sudden you're part of the Illuminati. Well, what if you lost one eye and you have an eye patch?
What if you have to do an eye exam? Cover one eye, now tell me what it says, okay? Cover the other one, now tell me what it says. You must be Satan.
It's an Illuminati tactic, apparently.
Oh, also, when he said signs, I thought he was talking about, the Ronnie James Dio Rock On sign. Which actually means to protect you from the evil eye.
And then when you're pointing the fingers at a direction, you're giving the evil eye.
I thought it was when you pointed it at somebody, that meant you're protecting them from it.
No, when you're pointing the fingers at them like this, you're giving them the evil eye. If you have your hand up, the fingers pointing at the sky, you're being protected from the evil eye. And that symbol has also been used in various cultures to mean different things. Like the middle finger in America in sign language means fuck you, and doing other hand gestures in other countries will mean the exact same thing, basically. Whether you put your thumb up or whether you put your thumb in between the index and the middle finger.
Oh yeah, also, in regards to where the middle finger comes from, it comes, I cannot remember who was fighting, but when these two countries were fighting, they had archers who used the middle finger to pull back the arrow and shoot it. Well, if these archers were captured by the other country, they would cut their middle finger off. Guess what? But when they won a battle, these archers would walk by, flipping everybody off, saying, "Hey, look, I still have my middle finger."
I did not know that, actually.
My ninth grade math teacher taught me that. I asked him, I said, I've always I don't remember how it got started, but I think I remember something like, I always wondered like where this sign language comes from, like where this insult comes from, and he told me that story. So Stout, if you ever get into an archery battle and you flip someone off and someone tells you you're offended, you can just say, "What? I'm not cussing at him. I'm just saying I still got my middle finger."
Even K-pop Korean pop artist wore an Illuminati immigram tattoo during his music video.
One question. Permanent or removable?
No, I'm pretty sure it's removable if he had to get the tattoo for the music video. Don't quote us on that.
I got nothing.
There are also many satanic Illuminati symbolism in metal.
There are also many Illuminati symbolisms. Or actually symbols.
Oh my god.
Oh, also, you're missing a period.
Some of the signs of Satanism and the Illuminati, which is also satanic, are ellipses,
The all-seeing eye, which is actually the eye of Satan and Lucifer, also used in Freemasonry. Note, only 33-degree Freemasons and above, Freemason and above Freemasons are Illuminati, but all Freemasons worship Baphomet, also on American dollar bill. Okay. This is insulting. This is insulting.
Look, there's two eyes in scene. You're either a troll, or you didn't graduate elementary school. Which is it?
Not sure if trolling or stupid. You're gonna have to use that Futurama fry pick. But I'm offended. I'm offended by this. My grandfather was a Mason, and guess what? He does not worship Baphomet. He is a devout Christian. Also, you're missing a word.
33 degree? It's 33rd degree.
Or when you're talking about something like this, an angle.
You say 33 degrees when you're talking about the weather.
90 degrees. 45 degrees. Did I get that right? I don't know.
Oh, and the Eye of Ra, which is in the bottom left. That's ancient Egyptian mythology right there.
I'm having some sort of seizure over here.
Father of modern Satanism, Aleister Crowley, also known as the wickedest man in the world, wearing the pyramid with the all-seeing eye in center with his satanic book and a Baphomet pentagram on the cover.
Okay, for one thing, Aleister Crowley was just nuts. He was into witchcraft. The dude was crazy.
And he even slept in the pyramids at one point. I believe it was to get the spirits in him or some shit. Blinking red arrows!
Oh, I forgot. The blinking red arrows. That shall be the new meme of this channel. Which sucks.
The band Bring Me the Horizons. Apostrophe! Apostrophe! S.
Also, once again, Bring Me the Horizon sucks. They suck. Just being honest here.
Bring Me the Horizons shirt. Shirt has the same Illuminati pyramid with the all-seeing eye and pentagram. But this shirt also has the owl. Why an owl?
Apostrophe S. Because owls look cool.
I'm watching you masturbate.
You're gonna have to include that picture too.
Oh yeah, dude. If you guys don't get the reference, Morality and Media rants in the description down below.
Oh yeah, also, the troll-faced stripper. This owl, seriously, are you going to tell me an owl is satanic? I guess you're going to say Sly Cooper is satanic, because the main enemy was an owl.
Gabora from Ocarina of Time. He's satanic.
Guess what? Not everything is as it seems. Just because something is on something does not mean it is what you think it is.
Oh my god. Goats, sheep, cats, dogs, horses, just about every animal, if not all animals, have been used for symbolism at one point or another. The owl is a symbol of witchcraft and sorcery and Satanism. Just because an owl has been used as a symbol for witchcraft and sorcery, all of a sudden, all owls are evil?
I guess we need to go out and kill these wonderful hunters who keep the mice population under control. Every time you see an owl, you need to stop, get a crucifix, and try to set the thing on fire with it.
The owl also represents the satanic god Moloch, which is also the god of child sacrifice. Oh, don't even get me started on human sacrifices.
Oh, also, one thing I forgot to mention about the eye that you talked about a bit ago. Stout, you play Skyrim, right?
Satan is in Skyrim, apparently.
Alright, you know in the College of Winterhold, you can look down on the ground and you see an eye. Satan! Satan has infected Bethesda. Satan has infected Bethesda.
Skyrim is apparently a satanic game because the storyline is based off of Norse mythology.
And it's not like, it's not like God is able to understand the fact that humans find mythical things entertaining, or the fact that, it's not like God would understand that we find something magical and incapable of being comprehended fascinating. It's not like that's something that he just instilled into us. It's not like, he wants us to try to understand the Bible, despite the fact that it can be very difficult to comprehend. It's not like any of that stuff.
I'm pretty sure April and Wayne have a perfect understanding of God. When was the last time you talked to God directly?
Also, in relation to that, doesn't the Bible say, you cannot understand the mind of God?
Something along those lines. Oh my god, this April and Wayne. This is the same owl hidden in the dollar bill.
That's a spider.
Or a very bad drawn looking owl.
I think it's a spider. Look, you got what looks like multiple eyes, you got a couple legs right there. Oh, also, it's surrounded by webbing. Web.
Very, very true, man. Very, very true.
Just being honest, if it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it's a duck.
Banned Eyes of a Traitor with the owl on the album cover. Again, like we said in the first video, a lot of these metal bands use satanic and pagan imagery for attention, for shock value.
Also, if the owl by some chance does represent Satan, Eyes of a Traitor, well, in the Bible, Satan is a traitor.
Just a thought.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Illuminati, all-seeing eye of Satan symbol and band Suicide Silence shirt.
Once again, another band that sucks. Oh, Stout. Look, there are snakes in the Grim Reaper. And the blinking red arrow.
Oh, and you have the Roman numerals under the eye, which spell out 666.
Oh my... Stout? Alright, look at the first word. Suicide. Do you see that U? It looks like the Oblivion symbol flipped upside down. All Elder Scrolls games are Satan.
Yes, I see that U.
Especially Oblivion. It's not like you're playing as a good guy trying to stop evil. Or in any of those games. You are an agent of Satan. Clearly.
Oh, you're right! We must burn all the copies of Skyrim and all Elder Scroll games. Because, You're automatically evil if you don't serve a particular god. Continuing. Blinking red arrow once again! Illuminati all-seeing eye symbol. Oh, it's on another shirt of Suicide Silence.
Been there, done that. That looks like looks like Vishnu. He's got like the 6 arms. I think, is that the name? Is that the name?
I think so. Vishnu or Krishna. Yeah, it might be Vishnu. Vishnu. All-seeing eye of Satan on Born of Osiris shirt.
Oh, you know, it's not like the fact that they're talking about Osiris. It's not like they'd have an eye on it. It's not like it's related to Egyptian mythology.
Osiris is from ancient Egyptian mythology.
It's not like there's any, not like there's any relation to history here. You know, Stout, if you have a, if you have a shirt from Mastodon from their album The Hunter, you know, it definitely doesn't make sense that it would have a deer on it, or a gun, or any of that. You would expect flowers and rainbows, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, and the deer has multiple mouths also.
Evil!
Oh, and you must think that the technical death metal band Nile is also satanic, even though they don't talk about Satanism in their music at all. They talk about ancient Egyptian mythology and Middle Eastern history, pretty much. Band Born of Osiris is even named after Osiris. No shit. All-seeing eye of Satan. No, it's the all-seeing eye of Ra.
You know, Iron Maiden. I never would have guessed that Iron Maiden was named after an Iron Maiden, which was a medieval torture tool. Never would have guessed that.
Never would have guessed that at all, considering that they are a satanic metal band.
Never would have guessed that Mastodon is named after an ancient animal.
Illuminati all-seeing eye of Satan symbol and Chelsea Grin shirt. Veljarda's owl with Baphomet devil horn shirt.
Shock value.
Satanic Illuminati pyramid on Veljarda's album cover. Apostrophe S, number 1, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the band name wrong. Am I right to assume that the H is silent? Band Eyes of a Traitor with Satanic Illuminati pyramid and all-seeing eye symbol.
Their band is Eyes of a Traitor. Of course, one of their main symbols is probably going to be an eye.
Let's break... Again, apostrophe S. Let's break down Job for a Cowboy.
Breakdown!
Band Job for a Cowboy, all-seeing eye of Satan, and Baphomet Satan on album cover. Blinking red arrow. But more on that later, ellipsis.
I'm not saying anything.
Well, again, apostrophe S. Let's expose Oliver Sykes' Satanic Illuminati clothing line drop dead. Drop dead's... Okay, you have the all-seeing eye, of course. Thank you for pointing that out, blinking red arrow. Here are some satanic images from the lookbook section of Oliver Sykes' drop dead clothing line. Again, apostrophe S, because you're talking about something that belongs to Oliver. Oh my god! Okay, there's the pentagram, and then there's the circle inside this other shape, and then you have what looks like a fish on the right side. And I'm pretty sure the fish has been used for many different types of cultural references throughout time.
I can't even tell. Is that something that somebody just like drew on there and superimposed it on the screen, or is that actually on the clothing?
Someone superimposed the symbols, and I thought the fish was Christian at one point, despite the fact that it's been used for astrology and other cultural references.
I'm sorry, but I don't... You must have some imagination to be able to get these weird star symbols. Like, there are some that are literally just like 2 or 3 stars that go in a circle, and everyone assumes it's like 2 fish circling around each other.
Oh, and you have the circle with the dot inside, and then you have this other weird symbol.
And blinking red arrows, once again.
Drop dead, all-seeing eye, of course. Pentagram watch. Drop dead, all-seeing eye with the heart. Pink Floyd with the all-seeing eye. I'm pretty sure Pink Floyd is Satan.
Now Pink Floyd is Satan?
The bull also represents the satanic Moloch god.
Apparently every time you eat a cow, you are eating Satan's animals. I guess the vegans were right, Stout?
I guess they were, even though when the Bible talks about what not to eat, it doesn't say anything about cow, but it talks about pig and shrimp and lobster. Oh, and apparently this vocalist is wearing a Bulls jersey because he's satanic.
Yeah, it's not like, it's not like he's a fan of any sports teams or anything like that. Apparently if you raise cows, you're evil.
You might as well call every single farmer evil. Drop deads, again apostrophe S. Website current quote. With the devil's help, again apostrophe S, our labor successful.
You did not finish middle school. You did not. There is no way. And if you did, all those taxpayer dollars were wasted.
They're already being wasted on education. They've been wasted on education for a while. You don't need more fucking textbooks. You don't need more fucking teachers. You need better teachers. You need teachers that are able to think outside the box and use critical thinking skills to help people to actually learn critical thinking. Oh my god, don't even get me started on education in America. It's such a fucking joke.
My question is this: if you're such a Christian, can you actually read this book right here? This book that I'm holding? Can you tell me what this says? Sound it out. Sound it out. TheHollyBible. King James Version.
These type of Christians don't read the Bible. These type of Christians listen to everything that the pastor says, regardless of how good or bad the pastor is. They never want to question anything, because the thought of questioning something is automatically satanic.
I really want to throw this at somebody.
Hey, put it to better use. Give April and Wayne a bitch slap with it.
Do you think God would kill me if somebody was being stupid and I just like smacked him over the head with a leather-bound Bible? Do you think he'd kill me?
I'm pretty sure God would. I'm pretty sure God would find that entertaining.
I'm having some sort of seizure over here. Blinking red arrow. Oh, look, even they forgot the apostrophe is, but at least they put is. At least they put is after labor.
Oliver Sykes is showing his allegiance to Satan with the pentagram. Again, apostrophe S.
That one may not be grammatically incorrect. The faceless member showing his allegiance to Satan with a sign of an upside-down cross.
So I'm pretty sure Simon Peter being crucified upside down was a mockery of Christ, when in fact Simon Peter wanted to be crucified upside down because he didn't want to die the same way, which is why the Catholics of back then found the upside down cross to be a sacred symbol.
He didn't feel worthy enough to be crucified the same way Jesus was.
The clothing from metal bands, the albums, and even jewelry. You spelled jewelry wrong, by the way. Jewelry. This is on the actual video, people.
Yeah. He's not exaggerating this.
All carry demons. So I guess my Opeth shirt is satanic. And there are demons in here right now. And the demons are influencing me to make this video. And I am leading this Christian astray from his walk with God.
Definitely. Stout is secretly, every time he talks, I just feel my faith begin to weaken just every single second. Because he's slowly trying to convert me to Satan. Can't even finish that sentence, it's so stupid. If you're a Christian, you better stop wearing these clothes and burn them. If not, you're gonna get possessed by Satan.
I'm pretty sure I've seen plenty of Christian band members wear Metallica t-shirts and Scar Symmetry and wear all these other band shirts, and I don't think they're possessed at all. But apparently they are being possessed.
Oh, Stout, you remember a couple days ago when I posted those videos from my friends at Gateway to Nowhere?
Uh-huh.
Well, you remember how some of their songs had screams in them?
Yeah.
Apparently, like you said in the last video, if you scream, you're the devil. But also, the members of that band, clearly satanic, despite the fact that they're all very devout Christians. Definitely. No possible way that they're, actually able to listen to music and worship Jesus at the same time. No way that's possible.
Oh yeah, God forbid that. I mean, it's, Even non-rock artists have sold their souls and are affiliated with Satanic Illuminati.
At least he acknowledges the fact that it isn't just metal. I'm actually kind of glad to see that somebody, because I only ever hear metal and rap. That's all I ever hear about, like, being evil.
Hell, this person made a video talking about Jay-Z and Kanye West and how they're satanic, and they're talking about how yoga and meditating is apparently a way for demons to get inside you, which is completely insulting to me because my mother is a Christian and she has practiced yoga, she has meditated, she's pretty much a nutrition freak, and more recently found out that she has a terminal illness which is slowly eating away her immune system. And what I got from that video was basically my mother brought this illness on herself, which was completely insulting to me. I'll link that video in the description down below also.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry about that, Scout. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you'll see the video. Fuck. Taylor Momsen with Satanist Aleister Crowley on her shirt. Tyler the Creator with Aleister Crowley on his shirt. Lil Wayne, oh, he has the cross, and then he has the triangle, and then he has an upside down cross. Madonna, all seeing eye. Satanist Anton LaVey. Satanist Anton LaVey doing Satanic Illuminati sign.
Wait a minute. Jay-Z now is Satan because he does the triangle thing.
It looks more like a diamond.
Yeah. It looks like a spade. A spade. Like as in you would see on a card.
Jay-Z doing Illuminati sign, notice it's over one eye.
Is it just me, or does the Assassin's Creed symbol look kind of like that? Assassin's Creed is Satan.
Apparently so. Even though the assassins are fighting off Templar control.
I'm pretty sure Altair in the first one, they were fighting Templars. For some reason, I can't help but think Islamic. I really can't help but think that. Because that was what the Templars were fighting, wasn't it? Spread of Islam?
That timeline was during the Third Crusade, when pretty much the Crusade army and the Muslims were trying to take over Jerusalem.
And Ezio was Italian, so one could probably guess Catholic, Roman Catholic, not being bigoted or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was during the Renaissance when people were starting to oppose the Catholic Church.
But, even though Assassin's Creed is not, Satanist in any way, it obviously is. It is, but it isn't, but it is.
Band Bring Me the Horizon even tricks the audience into worshipping Satan during Diamonds Aren't Forever song.
Wait a minute. So, they get them to make a diamond symbol when a song is about diamonds.
Diamonds are Satan.
I guess now you're going to say any precious stone is Satan. Does your mother have jewelry? Does your wife have jewelry? Girlfriend? Fiance? Anybody? You know anybody that has jewelry? You know anybody that has a diamond necklace or a diamond ring? Satan. They're evil.
Jewelry is Satan by default. Another sign in Satanism is the devil horns, and we talked about the devil horns earlier. How funny. And then, of course, you have Ozfest and the devil doing the crowd dive. And then you have the devil doing the dive into the crowd, doing the rock on sign.
Yeah. Oh, also, Ozzy Osbourne, he's not a Satanist, he's an agnostic. Oh, you did not just go there, dude. You do not insult Dio. You do not insult Dio.
Dio died. So, the cause of Dio's death was not cancer, but the fact that he was Satanist.
Also, that monster back there, not Satan. I think his name is Manny. If I remember correctly, that's the mascot's name, Manny. Kind of like how Iron Maiden has Eddie.
It looks like a devil, so by default it's Satan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's Motorhead's, mascot's name again?
I don't know the name, but I know it looks like a bulldog type thing.
Looks like a bull. He has horns. Horns. Motorhead's evil. Apparently just because Motorhead did a song called Bad Religion, which is actually a very good song, and I'm pretty sure it's about religious corruption and not religion in general.
Hell, there's a punk rock band called Bad Religion, and they're pretty much atheist from what I know. The devil horn sign is also used to show allegiance to the devil, Satan, and to place curses and spells.
Curses and spells do not exist.
Satanic artists have tricked fans into worshipping the devil by having them show allegiance with devil horn signs in concert.
We already talked about that. I'm not going to bother. Ronnie James Dio was not a Satanist. Is that so difficult to believe?
Apparently it is. He's doing the devil horns.
Ronnie James Dio was not a Satanist by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. Pretty sure he was an agnostic.
Pretty sure, just like a lot of people in metal. You have a lot of people in metal that are atheist, agnostic, Christian, deist, so on and so forth. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm amazed. I wonder if he's going to bring up the point with Dio's name being Dio. He didn't get that from God. He got that from a gangster, Dio Gardi. Everyone called him Dio. That's where he got the name.
Michael Jackson was apparently Satanist.
Michael Jackson was not a Satanist. I don't know if he was a Christian or not. I don't really know anything about his religious beliefs, but... The A-OK sign, the OK sign, Satan.
666 sign, which is also one of the murdas and false religions, Hinduism and Buddhism, also known as yoga. Okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. My mother did yoga. I've done yoga a few times. I've meditated a few times. My mother was big on yoga and meditating. You're basically saying that my mother brought this curse of her terminal illness, eating away her immune system slowly.
Oh, and my aunt Mary, she is married to my Uncle Mark. Guess what? My Uncle Mark is a preacher. She does yoga. My Aunt Mary, she does yoga. You telling me she's a Satanist?
Apparently so.
That is offensive. That really is offensive. I don't get offended easily. That offends me.
I mean, this offends me on a personal level too as well. Like, when I saw the Jay-Z video when she was talking about the whole yoga and meditating, I just wanted to throw my computer out the fucking window. That's how pissed I was reading that.
Also, once again, in America, this means okay. Maybe he gets the idea that it's Satan because in some countries this is another middle finger. This is another way of saying flipping somebody off in some countries. Sort of like how the pinky is. You got this. You got this. You got all these. Or you got this one. Thumbs up. Thumbs up means sit on it in some countries.
Yeah, morality is not the issue with hand gestures. It's what culture defines it as. Just about anything doesn't have meaning until we give it meaning.
You want to know something? You know how all these people say, I don't know if I mentioned this in this video I did on swearing, but you know how some people say that swearing is evil because it offends people? What if we made a culture, or somebody founded a culture where censoring somebody was viewed as offensive?
Hell, that should be something that we run by, but that's never gonna happen.
Oh, also, in a lot of countries, swearing is just part of everyday life. It really is. In some countries, the U.S. is one of the only countries in the world that I can think of where if you say a bad word, people get offended. In other countries, people are like, so what? He swore.
Oh, and people are perfectly fine in the United States with violence, but they hear the word fuck, oh no, you just offended somebody. Or you see an ass on TV. That's offensive. Shield the children away.
Oh yeah, you have no problem with your 6-year-old watching Law and Order SVU, but you know, they hear somebody say a bad word, all hell's gonna break loose.
Parents, teach your kids the meaning of words early in life. They're gonna go say it anyway when they find out about it, so it's best to teach them moderation.
I don't know about you, but if I ever had a kid that swore, as long as they weren't swearing at me and didn't do it excessively, if they just occasionally, one slipped out, but like, oh, you know, they just swore or something like that, I'd be like, alright, just don't do it in front of your grandparents.
I mean, the day that I curse in front of my kids, I'm not gonna punish them for swearing.
That is one of my biggest problems, hypocrisy in parenthood. That bugs your company.
If they learn it from me, I'm not going to punish them for saying the word, but I'll punish them for talking back at me, whether they use a swear word or not.
I don't know about you, but I would view, I'm a Christian, and I view censorship as far more offensive than swearing.
Oh, and when you censor things on TV, they're just going to think about the word or the body part or whatever more.
Yeah. You try to keep people, you better not let people see those breasts on TV. You're just going to make them think about it anymore. You're like, I wonder how they look on this individual. You know, you see them on TV, you're like, oh, alright, what's next? But they're blurred out, you're like, it leaves your imagination to wander.
Just make it part of everyday life. Hell, swearing is more natural than violence. And I know violence is part of nature, but it's also a bit more out there, a bit bad violence. Also represents Satan, Antichrist, Baphomet. Suicide Silence member doing the 666 sign on stage, blinking red arrow. Rock band Red Hot Chili Peppers members doing 666 sign over one eye, representing the all-seeing eye of Satan. I thought doing the triangle or the diamond over the eye was satanic.
Apparently YOLO Submarine by the Beatles is Satan.
John Lennon devil horn sign, while Paul McCartney represents Satan with 666 sign. Even Lady Gaga. Beyonce.
Hey Stout, I have a question. When you are like trying to see something well, do you ever do like the hand goggles over your eyes? You know, you touch your fingertips together and you put them over your eyes. Is that Satan? Is that Satan?
I've done that a couple times, and apparently it is satanic.
I just noticed something. Did you see how much Drake looks like Faded Holy Soldier?
I've noticed that for a while, actually. It's crazy. The devil Satan is also known as Baphomet, which is who these artists worship for money, power, and fame.
You know, honestly, I don't understand where people get the idea that horns represent Satan. Because here's the thing, if you read the Bible, it describes Satan, and I know it sounds like I'm giving him credit here, but it describes Satan as a very smooth, quite apparently supposed to be very attractive. And what do you think we get the term? What do you think we get the term silver-tongued devil? At least that's where I'd imagine we get it, because he's a smooth talker. Kind of reminds me of what Alice Cooper said about him. Everyone pictures Satan coming out of, like, you know, a place with a pitchfork and the horns. But if you imagine Satan as, like, a car salesman, he's not going to come out there like that. He's going to come out there as the smoothest, slickest car salesman you've ever seen. Just being honest. Just an analogy. But
one of the signs of the Baphomet is one arm up and one arm down.
yeah, that's definitely Satan. That ain't on that picture Whitechapel shirt. Are you sure that isn't just a monster? And it even has the blinking red arrow pointing to the skull. That kind of looks like a cow skull to me. Like a buffalo or a bull.
Apparently, job for a cowboy is satanic for using a character that's similar to Baphomet. Even band Behemoth with Baphomet on album cover. At the end of the track, Horns of Baphomet. The person speaking is Aleister Crowley. Behemoth is not satanic by any means. They're atheists.
I thought Behemoth was.
A behemoth is not satanic, but they do use a lot of satanic imagery. They are anti-Christian, though. I know that much.
Oh, look at the next slide. Periphery's evil now.
Oh my god. I'm getting to that part right now. Baphomet on band Periphery merch. I saw Periphery live back in April at the Lincoln Theater. And I was talking with Jake about the shirt, actually, and he's just like, we just did it for the hell of it. So you're telling me that Jake was lying to me? And Periphery, if you have read interviews, if you've seen clips of them on YouTube and all that, they seem like really down-to-earth guys. And from what I've heard from Misha and Spencer, they're at least agnostic. Oliver Sykes is again showing his allegiance to Baphomet Satan. With that same picture, I'm pretty sure, that you've been using. Job for a Cowboy and other destroyers of the faith go on Baphomet tour. A lot of these death metal bands love to use satanic imagery. Even Lady Gaga, she's doing the one arm up and the one arm down. Even George Washington, Illuminati member, worshipped Baphomet. There are also satanic Illuminati symbolism in Born of Osiris, Now Arise music video. Here are clips from the video. Rock has always been the devil's music. You can't convince me that it isn't.
David Bowie of Rolling Stone. You're an idiot.
I honestly believe everything I've said. I believe rock and roll is dangerous. Ellipsis.
Then you were lost.
I feel that we're only heralding something even darker than ourselves.
Mental hospital. I believe stupidity's dangerous.
I said, David, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. I said, I already know the answers, but I've been gone for 5 years. I'd like to know if certain things are still the way they were when I left. I said, now I'll have to explain some of this when I'm done, because you're not going to understand it all unless you know something about music. I said, do they still take the master to the temple room? Dave said, yeah. I said, do they still have the coven conjure demons into the master? He said, of course. I said, now, I got to know something. What's the main reason for rock music? He said, come on, Lance, you know what the reason is. I said, please, David, I don't want to guess. Tell me what the main reason is. He says, the same as when you were in, so that we can play spells on people that we couldn't cast spells upon. I'll explain what that means in a minute. I said, okay, one last thing. I've been hearing that you must be an initiated witch now to get a record contract. He said, that's right. He says, many of us that weren't total witches have to be witches now in order to produce music. I said, thank you. The master is a tape about as big as the top of this podium that looks like an overgrown 8-track that the album is cut on and is placed in a machine that produces and presses the records and the 8-tracks and cassettes that you buy. After it's been recorded, it's taken in. This is why a master's cut months in advance before it's released. On the full moon, it's taken in to a temple room about the size of this auditorium that is in every one of the major music companies, behind locked doors up in the executive offices. And it's placed on an altar, sitting in the north of the room, and a pentagram engraved in the floor. And 13 hand-chosen witches and wizards and a coven come in and conjure a principality or a power up, usually Regia or something like that, and order him to tell the demons under him to follow every record and every tape coming off of that master. As I tell many Christian parents, you can go home and count your kids' records, probably yours too, and count how many demons at least are there. If that's too hard for you to believe, I'm sorry. That's why they do it. Now listen to me. This is why rock music's addicting. Have you ever seen kids that got rid of their music? They go around like this. They can't wait to find a rock station somewhere and they sneak off just like getting a cigarette or a fix because it's addicting. That's why they can't give it up. The rest of the conversation was this. You can't cast a spell on a Christian, but you can get a Christian to cast a spell on themselves. If you give the permission for the spell to work, being a Christian won't block it. And rock music is not just a song. It is supernatural music that which is carefully designed by their spirit guides or familiar spirits in the form of spells. Much of the songs are written in what we call witch language. When you're in the first and second level, you have to learn over 2,000 words that said by anybody else mean something totally different than when you say them. How many remember and have heard at least several times a song called Hotel California? Somebody tell me what it meant. See, most people can't tell you. Stop and think how many songs are out there that you really like, and you don't have any idea what the person was talking about.
Oh my God. This person was talking about how they didn't know what Hotel California was about. Some lyricists actually like to freaking write lyrics and have you interpret them for yourself, for you to develop your own meaning for the song. Oh my God. And they have Periphery. They're talking shit about Periphery some more. Oh, and they have the Make Total Destroy music video in here when the lyrics in Make Total Destroy are talking against corruption and corporations and Illuminati. You want proof? I'll read the lyrics really quick. Make Total Destroy lyrics. Welcome to the truth, a life that's not your own, controlled by a labor, printed paper, and corruptors of the world. Synthetic life alikes that march to the beat. We've had our eyeballs firm under our feet. Maintain a terrorist life of deceit. Spoon-feeding bullshit served by addicts. Society's harnessing fear as a weapon. The time has come for all to see. The men behind the curtain cast at you disease. Take back the light it's a dangerous place we're headed for if we accept defeat. How we know it's a show they've been running from below, we turn to the ground beneath the faulty agitators, glistening under the wings of a golden era, listening to the hate they create inside as we grow, as we reduce their religion to ghosts, as we reduce them all to bones. The time has come for all to see. The men behind the curtain writhe in self-defeat. When will the world seek truth within? The eye in silence grips the knowledge to begin. Reverse what's lost, awake the song within you. Rejoice aloud, let these words imbue. Reverse what's lost, awake the song within you. Rejoice aloud, let these words imbue. Shape the future, shifting power back in the hands of the common man. Give some hope for existence, pouring blood on the perfect set in stone, as reclaim our position to the throne, as we reduce them all to bones. Yeah, this sounds like a Satanic song, April and Wayne.
How about The Destroyer by Kiss? Can anybody tell me what it's about? Kiss said in it, kids, kill your parents. They're talking about Helter Skelter. Beatles sung Helter Skelter in which language? Nobody knew what it meant. Manson did because he belongs to the process. Helter Skelter is a several thousand-year-old word. Most of the music is either about Helter Skelter or a place called the Night Winds, which is what Hotel California is about, and different doctrines of witchcraft. You listen to them, your parents let you listen to them, and they have no idea. Kiss openly bragged how they were gaining control of people through their music because the people played their music. They told how they didn't form their own group. Their church, because they were ordained ministers of the Satanist church, placed them together. And that's how most of the music is done.
All the members of Kiss are Jewish, and they are bragging about how they are literally the biggest band in that time. Kiss was pretty much Coca-Cola. Kiss was selling more than music. They were selling Kiss condoms, Kiss caskets, Kiss action figures.
David Crosby, when him and Crosby, Still Nash and Young produced the record Two-Way Street, they ordered the Principality of Medici to order Demons of Rebellion to go into the record, and everybody that heard it would be rebellious against law and order and government. And it was one of the reasons for the great upheaval in the 60s was that one album, and they take open credit for it.
Yeah, because being rebellious against any form of government is a bad thing. Especially if the government has control of you. That's totally a bad thing to be against them. If you are Christian, stop listening to Satan's music, which includes all secular music, and replace it with Christian music, music that glorifies God. Ephesians 5:19. And let's see what Ephesians 5:19 says really quick. Ephesians 5:19, speaking to one another with psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, sing and make music from your heart to the Lord. I'm pretty sure it's not talking about heavy metal music being satanic. I mean, heavy metal wasn't even around at that time, first of all. And if you're going to criticize heavy metal for being satanic, hell, look at classical music back in the medieval times. You couldn't play certain notes in your compositions, otherwise you would be arrested or executed because they thought that certain notes summoned demons. Burn all your metal CDs, shirts, and jewelry. If you keep these, you are allowing demons in you and in your home. I guess, there are demons in my Opeth shirt. If you are not a Christian and want to get saved and escape hell, say this prayer. Dear Jesus, I am a sinner. Forgive me for my sins. I turn my back on my sins, and I renounce every spirit that has me bound. I believe that Jesus died on the cross for me. Come into my heart and be my Savior. What a way to use religion to manipulate people. Jackass. Oh, and of course this person is promoting part 3, which will probably be up next week, or in a week and a half or some shit. This is all I pretty much have for part 2. I guess we'll have to stay tuned for part 3 and see what other ridiculous claims that this person makes. And stay tuned for more videos, you guys. Take care. See you later. And stay tuned for the outro. I'm going to be playing some satanic music in the outro. You know how I am.